You are greatly welcome to today's episode of Future Setters Institute Youth Development Show. And today's episode is very interactive, it's very useful, and it's going to be worthwhile to you. So, some persons have been asking me this question: how can I be consistent? How can I really do these things on my mind and, keep doing it, even with all the distractions, even with all the negativity, even with no support? Even with no financial, financial commitment or no finance. This is one thing that a lot of us are struggling with. So every young person out there wants to do something good, but we are not consistent in it. So how do we really push? How do we really go about it? Now I'll give you some instances. I will take some instances. Situation where a person says, "Okay, I want to be a content creator." Now, by being a content creator, you go to TikTok and you can see I'm going to be posting videos every day. And then there was a particular time when data became so high. Now, when data became so high, some persons stopped. They stopped because of the financial constraint. Some persons stopped because they noticed that, oh, people are not really engaging on my post. People are not engaging on your post. Does that mean you should stop or you should continue? Okay, only one person is always responding. Only one person is reacting. Should I stop? Now, these are some of the things that limits us. We begin to think about it. Oh, no engagement, no response, nobody is paying. Oh, you just want to start something. Now, that's another point. You just want to start something and you expect, to get the money at first, to get the biggest money at first. These are some of the limitations that drives us away from being consistent. So one of the things I'll tell you today is consistency is very much important. And a person who is focused, a person who is disciplined and is consistent will get the results he deserves. No matter how tough, no matter how the situation is. But if you maintain consistency, you see a lot of results coming out of what you are doing. Now I'll tell you, for me, I'll tell my story, give some instances. There were times where I was just making videos, investing, spending so much money, doing all that online, trying to do this, trying to do that, ensuring that, oh, I don't disappoint myself because I've made a promise to myself that I'm going to do this today. But what happened? I kept doing it, not thinking about whether I was earning money from it. I was doing it. But then when I discovered that, wow, a lot of interest was coming in, I decided to put in more effort towards it. People were saying, no, it's not going to work. What you're doing is not in Nigeria. What you're doing is not in the world. It's not recognized. But I said to myself, I am doing it because I have a passion for it. I'm doing it because I know that this thing I'm doing is going to help impact lives. I'm doing it because I know that these gifts I have will die with me if I don't put it into practice. So one core thing that we all need to understand is we need to put our gifts into practice. And how do we put our gifts into practice? We put our gifts into practice when we maintain consistency. So we need to understand that aspect. Now I'll give you some instances. So start from the first one. You want to maintain consistency. The first thing is, do you even know what you want to be consistent about? Now, you want to be consistent in content creation. Now, you ask yourself, in the next 10 years, if I put in this effort into content creation, will I be happy about it? That's the thing you ask yourself. Oh, if I put this effort into teaching, impacting people, will I be happy doing it? If I put this effort into social media, will it be helpful? Will it be useful to me? You think about it. You look at the long term and the short term. The first thing is, what do you want? That's the first question. What do you want? You have to make a decision. So many of us, we burden ourselves with so many tasks, so many activities. Now, for example, you want to do this, you want to be consistent in posting, you want to be consistent in emails, you want to be consistent in sales, you want to be consistent in all of them. You cannot be consistent in all of them. You have to start from somewhere. So the first thing, like I said, you have to make a decision, draft out a plan. I want to be consistent in this area. Now, that's the first thing. The next thing is you draft out strategies. How do I really make this happen? So how do I make this happen? Okay, I want to be consistent on TikTok. Some possible ways that I have used for myself. Okay, so I want to be consistent on posting on YouTube. I want to be consistent in doing this. First things first, you have to ask yourself a question. Now, I want to do it. I want to make a video. Maybe I want to go live by next week. Maybe I want to post a video today. I should have a time. First thing, set a time. Have a time that synchronizes with your mind. So the first thing, have a time. Let's say you want to be posting by 8 p.m. That means every day your videos need to be made before 8 p.m. and edited before 8 p.m. That's the first point. You have to set a time for yourself that, okay, this time I have to be active and I have to make sure that I do this thing that I've made up my mind to do. So anything that is going to bother me, anything that's going to affect me, I have to push them aside because you know the result you are going to get from it. You know the result you are going to get from this. So you know that if you put your effort into this, there's going to be something coming out. So since you already know, you already understand what you are doing, then put your effort into it. They see it materializing. So the first thing, set a time for yourself. The person that hasn't set a time for himself will not, he may do it today. That's the first thing. You may do it today, but the next week, your mind, deviates from it. Like biochemistry will tell you, as a biochemist, you'll be told that when you have a pathway is, organizing so many compounds together and how they interrelate in science, different compounds, different enzymes and everything. They'll tell you, draw it, write it out on paper regularly. When you write it out on paper, you constantly recall it, you recall the pathways. So also it is with consistency. When you are consistent on an activity and you set a time for it and you make sacrifices for it and you call or shun distractions, all those calls and everything that will take you away from your goal, you shun them and you start building it, you begin to see a lot of results coming out. But when you decide that you want to accept things, you want to take so many activities, so many roles, and you know that you are not ready for consistency. So the first thing, set a time for yourself and keep distractions aside. Keep distractions aside and know your why. Why do I want to do this? What do I see in the nearest future? What is the short-term goal? What's the short-term plan? How am I going to go about it short-term? And how is it going to pay out in long-term? Think about it. In procrastination, another issue. The Baptist poem, I always love to use this Baptist poem. The Baptist poem I listen to says that procrastination is a thief of time which makes you to end up back in the line. You do it today, you do it tomorrow, you will not give up the pace, you will end up in sorrow. So the more you procrastinate, the more you spend so much time doing things that are not important to you, and the more you begin to complain that I've wasted my time doing something that is not useful to my goal. So as an individual, take your time to examine all the things you are doing and notice this. Now this is December. Now you can examine yourself and ask yourself a question. From January to December, what have I achieved? With this whole attitude of activity is not productivity. With this whole attitude of activity, saying, yes, I'm busy, I'm doing all this. Someone is reaching out to you for an opportunity. I'm busy with a lot of things. Activity. So you have to ensure that, these goals I have to take them bit by bit. Rome was not built in a day. It wasn't built in a day. It took steps. It took decisions. It took pains. It took sacrifices. You have to keep yourself out of some things. So many things, fun, special things, enjoyment, just because you want to build something innovative to people. So you have to ensure that you don't procrastinate. Procrastination is not a good thing. You have to shun procrastination. So anything that's making you say, next week, I have this program, I have that program, think about it. First thing is think about it. Ask yourself a question. I'm building other people's movement. Am I building my movement? That's one thing. Some of us are building other people's vision. We are focused on other people's vision, other people's activities. These persons you are focusing on are not focused on yours. You are giving your best to other people's activity, but you forget that you also have your own activity on the way. So when you focus yourself on so many things that distract you from your goal, you begin to see that your time is wasting and you do not even have such time opportunity to do those things on your mind. So you have to shun procrastination. One of the ways you have to make decisions to do what is most important. It's possible that you know that this thing is not going to help you in any way possible, or you are just doing it because of someone to please someone. Know that time waits for no man. And if time waits for no man, you have to make sure that you put your efforts in things that pay up for you. So that's the first one. So make sure you put your eggs in the right basket. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You start building things for someone else, or you forget that you also have a role to play and you also need to build yourself. Don't forget this point. And the next thing is, do not think so much about others that you forget about yourself. Maybe so engrossed with other people's plans, other people's ideas, other people's vision, other people's things, but you've forgotten that you also have a life to live. And then these persons you are building for, they in turn forget about you when you need them. So these are some things you also need to consider. Start building on yourself now. Stop pursuing other people's vision. Remember that you also have a life to live. And if you have a life to live, you have to ensure that you focus on building yourself and putting your best in the best way possible to generate the results you need. Now, keep your expectations moderate. Keep your expectations moderate. A lot of us have high expectations. We want to do this, we want to do that. We have plans to achieve so many things, and we want to be consistent and all that. We have high expectations that yes, we want to at the end of the day, at the end of today, we're going to get so many persons to view you, so many persons in the long run. At times, the way you plan it is not the way you get it. So just understand that your focus is not on how much. Your focus is not on how it came out at first. Your focus is not on being perfect, but your focus is on growing. Your focus is on progress. Progress beats perfection. You have to be progressing. From today, you go back in time to check, oh, what did I do differently from the way I did it before? If the way you are doing things now and the way you used to do things are still the same, then it means you are not progressing, you are not growing. So you have to ensure that you keep your expectations moderate and you focus on what is most important. What is most important is you are focusing on growth, focusing on improving in the way you are doing things instead of complaining over past wins. You've won so many times. Begin to say, yes, I won in the past, but right now, are you winning? This is a question you also need to ask yourself. So stay focused and don't believe too much in others than yourself. Yes, a lot of people will tell you, postpone it to this time, put it in this time, do this. No, I'm going to support you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. When you need them, they'll give you excuses. When you need people the most, they will give you the excuses you never expected. They'll give you all the excuses in the world. I'm so busy. I have to do this. I have to stay there. I have to be that. There's a point in your life where you look into your life and you observe that there is a difference. There is a difference between talking and talking and talking and talking and action. You see, talking and action. You see, action speaks louder than words. Action speaks louder than words. So the more we speak, the more we talk, the more we waste time. Something that we could possibly do by just lifting or snapping our fingers. We are talking and talking, and we are not even doing anything. So, what we need to do when it comes to finance should be related to finance. What we need to do when it comes to labor should be related to labor. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a reason, has a vision. So focus your attention on what is most important. That's one thing. So focus on daily growth. Don't think it's all about making it so compound or complex. Don't make it so difficult for yourself to handle. So at times it may be so difficult for you, trying to take all the responsibilities everywhere, trying to do this and do that, trying to, join the different places. But one core thing you need to understand is it takes time. To build that vision takes time. To do that thing on your mind takes time. To work on that dream takes time. So today you take one step. Tomorrow you take another step. You always try to see how you can improve on your work, on everything you are doing. Don't just think that it's so small. Don't just think so small, and don't think, yes, dream big and all that, but don't think so little about your idea. Don't think so little about your idea. That idea is something that can work. Most times it's just that we need someone, we need people that can push us to achieve what we want to achieve. So one thing is there are some persons you share your ideas with and you begin to regret why you did so. There's the persons you share your ideas with, and these persons will own your ideas and they will take it as theirs and they will not support you. While there are some persons you share your ideas with that you'll be so happy you did, and the persons will be willing to support you to set that idea up. There are some persons you share that ideas with, they will also share great ideas with you, but they will never support you. While there are some persons you don't even need to tell about all your ideas, and you just have to keep them to yourself. So one core thing is know the kind of people you have around you. From the way they talk, from the way they behave, you should know those that you put in your team. Not everyone needs to be in your team. So understand that you are focusing on daily growth and not on making it so big and all that. Take it daily. From daily it goes to weekly, weekly it goes to monthly, and monthly it goes to yearly. Because you also need to be accountable for the way you do things. Today you did this and you see things going very smoothly. You also go back to your drawing board and check for the results you've achieved, you've gotten from the tax and everything. That's also very helpful. And like I said, set time interval for your task. Don't overwhelm yourself with so many tasks. Ensure you set time interval. Today's task is to do this. You ask yourself, oh, I plan to do this today. Have I done it? And there should be a longing to always do it. If I'm not doing this thing today, it means I'm not complete. I feel I'm hurting someone by not sharing my words today. I feel there's someone out there that needs to see this. I feel there's someone out there that needs to hear this. I feel my voice, or I feel feel the way I speak, the way I do things can actually impact people's lives. I feel there's someone that needs to hear these words today. So these are some of the things you look at. Don't think about, oh, just doing it, I'm not seeing anybody. Think about the fact that you are helping people, you are solving problems. And also, one other thing I tell people is what you know at times, the other person doesn't know it. The other person watching doesn't know it. So keep sharing your knowledge. Keep sharing your knowledge because what you know, I may not know it, and I learn from you. And what I know, you also do not know it. And when we collaborate, there'll be a lot of impact along the way. So understand this very well that you shouldn't hoard knowledge. Hoard knowledge by me saying this, I mean that there are a lot of young persons, who know something, but what they know is not sufficient enough until they share it. And when they share it, they begin to observe that the world has gone past that level. And when they observe that the world has gone past that level, they now, if they are calm enough, because not everyone is going to be calm or humble to listen and improve Some persons calm down and they listen. And when they calm down, they listen, they begin to see that, yes, I'm actually not there yet. I just need to upgrade myself. So keep sharing your knowledge. Don't feel you know it all. That is very wrong notion. Don't feel you know it all. You don't know it all. You don't know it all. You just need to keep sharing your knowledge. Make sure that the next person out there, um, learn something from you. So consistency, in terms of consistency can be in terms of, like I said, pathways, biochemical pathways. When you write them daily, it sticks to the brain. And when it sticks to the brain on a daily basis, you see a lot of impacts coming in along the way. That's biochemical pathways. See, in terms of exercises, if you want to do exercises, for example, slim or something, or you were not muscular enough, or you don't jog, you don't do anything before, you are so weak, but then you started doing exercises, your muscles now become toned and strong. So the results you were expecting will not come when the results you were expecting will not come immediately. The results will come with action, with dedication, and with discipline. So you have to be disciplined for those results to come. But a person who just needs instant gratification as the first day doesn't work that way. So we have to understand that it takes sweat, it takes patience, it takes sacrifice to get to that stage. But trust me, if you are consistent, you will see a lot of impact along the way. And also, consistency tests passion. Consistency tests passion. How passionate you are about something, consistency will show it. How does it reflect from your heart, from your mind, from the way you do things? Consistency tests this. But if you are not consistent, it shows that this thing, there is no interest. Because if there was actually an interest in what you are doing, definitely you will be consistent and you will not even care about what people say anymore. All you care about is it still good? Is it working? How can I improve? How can I keep doing it in years to come? You see yourself flourishing and doing well in that thing. So consistency tests talents. It tests your gifts. It tests your values. Consistency opens you to opportunities. You may see that, oh, I'm just doing it online. And one person sees your post and he says, wow, Victor, come and speak on my show. Come and do this. How did this all happen? How did he get to know me? I wasn't consistent. Consistency provides you with cash, money. You may just be teaching online for free. And then someone just comes in and sees your post. And then he likes your post and he reaches out. How can I get a private session with you? How can I pay you for my child? Consistency helps you to grow. The first time I went live, it wasn't the best. It was difficult, it was tiring, and it was a funny and a great experience. But I must tell you that consistency built me to be able to maneuver through network challenges, maneuver through glitches, maneuver through sorting every challenge that is along the way. Because definitely, how do we grow? We grow through consistency. So we all need to embrace consistency. Is it about the way you sing? Your voice doesn't become so good at first. It takes regular work before you be able to sing fluently very well. Is it about languages? Consistency helps you to speak languages. Now, talking about consistency in this aspect, you see some persons, the reasons why they are not able to speak their language, their dialect properly, is because they don't have a partner that speaks it with them. So consistency helps you. If you want to really build it, consistency opens you, gives you insight to find possible ways to build on that language. So consistency Like I said, it's not about singing, coaching, speaking, addressing crowd. You address the crowd first time. Oh, you're always like, no, I'm scared. I don't think I'm ready to do this. I don't think I'm fit for it. Consistency builds your self-esteem. Consistency, makes you to be strong. But most of us are complaining. I want to be consistent. Don't think it's easy. But I'll tell you today that if you can embrace consistency, you can take your time to set a target for yourself. Make sure that you are patient and devoted. No matter how difficult, you are intentional and you are serious about your growth and you embrace consistency. You will see things working out well for you. But if you are the that does it today, then before you go back again to the next year, and there's already a problem. So if you want to do something, make it your lifestyle. It doesn't have to be only when you are doing that thing that people know you for it. Make it your lifestyle. You are a coach. You don't need to only coach when you have clients. You can even coach when you are outside. You can even speak when you are outside, and people will be impressed and they will be directed towards you. So you are an ambassador for greatness. You are filled with power and you can change the world to become the best place ever. Once more, I do sincerely appreciate you for being in today's 39th episode of Future Setters Institute Youth Development Show. And we'll be having a break right away while we listen to this video. So,
my name is Victor Otasoye, the founder of Future Setters Institute, a growth hub where young minds are groomed in science, that is physics, chemistry, mathematics, and also how to speak good English, French, and German. These are some of the things we train people on. And apart from that, we also groom them on digital skills and soft skills. All we do is we need every young person out there to learn and also improve on themselves. And now we have decided, we've looked into the need for an establishment where we can actually do these trainings physically in Nigeria, where we can groom young minds so they can, enter the university system with a mental capacity for growth, with an understanding and background in science, because a lot of people don't know that the foundation is the key to success. If a person does not have a proper foundation in science, he or she cannot succeed in the university. He begins to find it so difficult to really maneuver the university system. So how do we go about this? We are going to guide you in the aspect of science in form of a tutorial and also a school where we nurture you on all the basics, where we make you to go through all the steps, and you also learn how to coach people and also improve in the way you do things. These are the major key things you need to know. So how do we go about this? We have
several items we need to set up this project, like the chairs, the tables, the boards, the printers, and so many other things, renovations, and great things that we need so that we can make this project possible. And we require your support to help us in any way possible using the GoFundMe campaign link, which is attached to this video and is also attached to this message. Support us in any way possible. And also we have a document which contains our budget and everything we need to actualize our project. Feel free to reach out so we can share the project document with you so you can know more about our project. Thank you.
Greetings to you, great mind. My name is Victor Otasoye, the founder of Future Setters Institute. We are currently working on Future Setters Institute school project. Now, the focus of this project is to help every young person out there to get quality education. Now, we have observed that a particular area in Nigeria, which is Ekiwa, is currently in need of a very great school which people can learn and build themselves in science and they can also build themselves on computer literacy skills. Not just on that, we can also help them to be mentored, help them to become groomed in the aspect of leadership and personal development. How do we go about that? That is why we have launched this project. We are working on it, and we believe that with your support, with your ideas, and with your financial commitment, we can make this project a reality.
Attached to this video is our GoFundMe campaign link to support us. Thank you so much.
Multiply root 75 by root 3. Are you hearing you can hear what I'm saying, right? So
The idea of special angles comes into play. So what we are going to do now, as we have this triangle now, we're going to break this triangle into so many parts. Now we start from this x. Now we don't know what x is.
you in the long run to achieve a lot of success. So this is not part of our class, but I still gave you these hints. So try to download that VidCompat app on your phone.
All right, so you can start.
Hello. I'm about to out.
Today we're going to be starting an online math class with my students. So I have a student I'm going to be training in mathematics.
YouTube video, and you start posting that YouTube video. You just get all your points from the YouTube video, and you now use that YouTube video to teach people about what you are doing. No.
Hello, great mind. Hope you are doing great today. This is Victor Otasoye, and you joined our personal growth challenge, our personal development challenge. Now, today we are going to be showing you how to design your own thumbnails. So it's not.
So we also have another question which you can also check out together, which is we have 2 cos x plus 1 equal to 0.
So today I'm going to show you how to create a PowerPoint presentation.
Together we can make this project a reality. Your support will go a long way to make this project possible, and I do believe that you'll be of great help to us to make it happen.
Once more, we do sincerely appreciate each and every one of you for being with us in this great episode of Future Setters Institute's Youth Development Show, where we discuss on consistency and how to fight distractions, how to cope distractions. And one of the ways we said is to set up a time for yourself, ensure that your mind is focused towards what you want to achieve, and you know what you want, to work on. You don't burden yourself with so many tasks at the same time. You start from one, and starting from one, you also see how you can have short-term and long-term goals. So you don't inform everyone about your plans. You start with yourself. The first person that has to change is yourself. So if you can change yourself, definitely a lot of things will be impacted by your lifestyle. And also make your skill, or make the gifts, or make the things you know how to do best your lifestyle. So people can always see it resonating in you. But when you feel it has to be, a lot of people have to say good things about you when you are starting, it's not going to work out that way. So for you to be consistent, you have to shun perfectionism. You don't have to be perfect. You have to always progress, and progress beats perfection, as we always say. You have to keep progressing. The way you were before in 2025, is that how you want to still be in 2027? That is a question you ask yourself. So the focus is on growth, and the focus is on improvement. So if I want to improve, definitely have to take some sacrifices, make some sacrifices, and I'll be willing to invest in myself. That is even the most important thing. You can be consistent in the sense that you are still doing the same thing, and you've forgotten that, or maybe you don't know that you also need to invest in yourself financially. You need to invest in yourself financially to upgrade yourself. It's not all about you need to invest in your dressing. You need to invest in the way you speak. You need to invest by watching videos that are of help to you. You need to invest in the friends you have. You see the kind of friends some of us have. That kind of friend cannot help you to go far. So you have to invest in yourself, invest in your brain, in your mental capacity. The way you speak reflects from what you've done, on the persons you've met. The environment influences us actually. So most of us don't really see it. But I'm telling you that your environment plays a huge role in your behavior. So that is one reason why you have to work on yourself by investing in yourself critically and understanding that the change begins with you, the change begins with me. So the change begins in us when we decide to work on ourselves. Once more, thank you so much for being with me on this live. Shout out to all who have supported us in one way or the other to make sure we make this program a success.